Joining me on the broadcast right now, viewers, is General Retired VP Malik, who is the former Army Chief. Well, we appreciate you joining on the broadcast, sir. Thank you for giving us the time. What's unfolding in Bangladesh subsequently also has grave consequences for India, where the all-party meeting by the government is being held and also deliberating upon the India's further stand. What essentially has unfolded by the anti-quota protest in Bangladesh has resulted into bringing the government to its knees and ending the 15-year-old tenure of Sheikh Hasina, and now the scary visuals that we see also coming from Bangladesh, where protesters have stormed the streets. Now, Mr. Malik, what I essentially want to first understand from you is the formation of this government there and now the military being imposed. Now, as the rule as well, the chief advisor, who was after taking the discussion on with the student leader organization, made the announcements yesterday, bringing some sort of relief and bringing all the speculations to end. Do you think how the interim government that's now slowly taking in charge and the steps that's coming forward from Bangladesh are anyway in right direction after this entire crisis has unfolded? Mr. Malik.
See, firstly, look, I'm General Malik, and it would be better if you can continue to call me with my rank also, because my rank speaks of my experience and as well as the service that I belong to. Yes, I watched the events yesterday. It's a big setback, not only for Bangladesh, but it has serious implications for India, short term as well as long term. At the moment, what we can say is that the army chief in Bangladesh, who took over only recently, I think on the 23rd of June, and he is a distant relation of Sheikh Hasina, and his father-in-law used to be the Bangladesh army chief during my time, 97 to 2000 or so. He is given a very neutral statement and correct statement, I would say. I think the events that took place has forced the armed forces to take over the situation. And he has said, firstly, all three services are together, as we could see from the interview. The other thing is that he has appealed for calm. And again he has appealed for calm. He even said at one stage that, look, I have asked my forces not to shoot anybody, not to fire at anybody. And then he mentioned about the interim government, which will be formed after consulting all parties and then going to the president with that. So we have yet to see how that government is. I think his immediate task would be to control the law and order situation, which is still not under control. And in that, he has a major task of protecting the Hindu population, which, as my previous, the predecessor speaker said to you, that it's almost about 15 to 20%. So he has to control that. There will be a problem of refugees coming across the border on our side, which is over 4,000 kilometers, and not only one state, but it is extending from Mizoram to Meghalaya to Tripura to Bengal and Assam, all these places. So we have to see how he reacts, how he controls the situation, and how he forms they enable the interim government to. I have a feeling that the armed forces, particularly the army chief, will continue to play a major role till the next elections are held. He will continue to play a major role in whichever interim government is formed till the next elections are held. He is not unfriendly. He is, Bangladesh army has been trying to keep a balanced picture, balanced relationship between China and us. That has been going on for a number of years. But this territory has been utilized by ISI and others, even after 71 war, to wage insurgency operations on our side of the border. And that carried on for quite some time till Sheikh Hasina herself, she came into power. Things are much better recently, but one has to watch and see how the situation develops. But I think the armed forces in India also have to play a major role along with the Ministry of External Affairs to study what is happening. All our good relations with them, wherever they are possible, they must be exploited to study the situation, how it develops in the next few days, and thereafter only we can form any a good policy towards Bangladesh. So for some time it is wait and watch and try and keep abreast of the situation which is having, maintain our relations with both the civil as well as the military in Bangladesh, and then take a final decision as to which way we want to go. Because we have to be careful. If BNP comes and Jamaat-e-Islami is supporting them, there is a Pakistani hand. So we have to keep all those things in mind.
Okay. Mr. Malik, also we want to understand that this is indeed when you are saying that there are concerns when we talk about the influx of refugees and how the monitoring of situation in Bangladesh is concerned. But the taking over of Mohammed Yunus as the Chief of Army, as the next person who is addressing the student leaders and people there in Bangladesh, what message Bangladesh Army Chief taking over is going to give right now? Do you think this was the course correction that could have been done at the very immediate moment, which was not coming under the control, which was needed, or it is only going to flare up even further?
You know, Mohammed Yunus is a professional. In fact, I was watching his interview just yesterday or day before yesterday. He is a professional, and he said himself that he doesn't belong to any party. He has his views on India, which may not be all that good, but I don't think there is any enmity in that either. So I think it is better that the interim government will come under will have an advisor who is a neutral person and not belonging to any party, rather than having somebody either from BNP or any other political party. Obviously, they could not have anybody from the Awami League. So under the circumstances, I think a person like Mohammed Yunus is perhaps a correct step.
Also, what do you think of, Mr. General VP Malik, what do you think of right now the government having a strategy after this point of time when the all-party meeting is being concerned? What are your first thoughts on how India should be behaving at this point of time? Should there be an extension of the asylum that's been provided as swiftly as it could be from India, or there should have been the immediate response should have been in some other way which could have benefited India with the ties going further with Bangladesh?
Look, you know, she came out of Bangladesh along with her sister in a Bangladesh Air Force plane. And Bangladesh Air Force plane, as it entered India, it was escorted by our own Air Force, Indian Air Force. And they brought them to Hindon Airport, which is an Air Force base. So we still have contact with the military on the other side, and we should maintain those contacts. Now, as far as asylum is concerned, it may be a little dangerous for us to give her asylum immediately. Perhaps if we can spend a few days outside, that may be the correct situation, because at this stage we do not want to convey to Bangladeshis that we are on her side or on the other side. After all, we'll have to deal with whichever government is formed, both interim as well as permanent. So I think the step being taken at the moment of not granting asylum, but protecting her and protecting her as much as possible, I think was the correct step which has been taken diplomatically.
So a diplomatic strategy going forward for India is what your essential and reaction on it.
I'm also suggesting that all agencies, including the armed forces, we have good contacts on the other side. So, you know, all of them should work together to be able to get to see how the situation develops in the next few days.
Okay.
And how the interim government is formed and what kind of a stance is taken by the interim government. And that probably will give us indications of what should be our policy.
So no proactive measures and wait and watch situation that's unfolding presently in the neighboring nation.
That's right.
Okay. With that, I thank you, Mr. General VP Malik, for giving us all your detailed perspective and your thoughts on what's happening and unfolding in Bangladesh presently, and also in response to how India should be acting immediately.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.